St. Louis in the house. Thank you to the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I spend a lot of time in predominantly white spaces, so it's always a joy to be in a room with us. We are living under an administration that has an attack on diversity, equity, inclusion, justice, that's trying to erase critical race theory. But like Sam said, they can't erase us because there is no country without us. St.
All right. Welcome back to another episode, the first episode of 2026 of Convos with Your Mom's Favorite. I am he, I am him. I am indeed your mom's favorite. Did you miss me? Because I definitely missed all of you. I missed being here and recording and potting. So we are back with another episode for you, the people. And because it is the first episode, I had to bring some heavy hitters with me. Sitting to my right, we have the Hall of Fame friend of the show.
Hey.
At this point in the game, because he done been on like 70 episodes himself.
Oh man,
my boy Will's back in the building. Yeah. And sitting to my left, she's a real OG. You know, she pushes me behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, y'all. She's also been on multiple episodes herself. Another friend of the show, my sister Lee's in the building. Lee, Bill, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I gotta say that opening felt like a modern day I Have a Dream speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, that was like, it had me on so many levels. Because even him calling out the like National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP,
right,
also known as the NAACP.
CP.
I love that.
I totally forgot about critical race theory, by the way. That's one of the fights I forgot about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm good. They hate us because they hate us. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just
Let me tell
like
you.
being black.
Yeah.
Listen, I love that too, because I actually saw somebody say that the other day. That's what I would be black in any lifetime, in any generation, any moment, no matter what happens, because the fight is always there. And I think for a while there was all this like, I'm not my ancestors, but it's like I would have loved to been, because like they had a fight too, right? And they came through it and they came out stronger. And because of their fight, we've been able to build on top of that. So like, yes, I'll be black any day.
Oh,
day.
That was well said. I might have skipped civil rights personally, but any other time, no doubt.
Yeah, nah, it's
the water hoses that turn me.
I understand.
Yeah, I get
spray
it.
me with no
Nah,
dog biting me.
No, I know. I mean, granted though.
Thank y'all.
But also, it's one of those things, I feel like they dealt with racism head on. And I'll be honest, I feel like today, not to jump right into the conversation and to take over.
Nah, we here though.
But I feel like today racism is masked, and that feels
That's whack.
scarier to me than I would much rather know how you feel about me without having to play this game to the point of Sterling, right? Where it's like I'm in predominantly white spaces where a lot of times we don't know
Right.
what these people actually think about us. And it's not everybody. I'm not naive to that. But I think that I would much rather know you don't like me, where we can address it and deal with it, and I can maneuver in that space than be in a world where you playing in my face. But I know that like when you go home or when you go back home to your folks, y'all saying all types of stuff about me and mine. I don't like
that. Go for all colors too.
Yeah,
Like
everybody. Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And that is, honestly, we are already in the conversation. That is what we're here to talk about. There is a reason I played that clip from the NAACP Awards, because that was 2 weeks ago at the time of this recording. And I watched it. And it was one of the blackest events I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, everybody showed up.
Everybody showed up. And that was exciting.
Yeah.
It was heartwarming to see, because again, like you said, I will it's so lit just being black. Like every day I thank God, I'm like, bro, you did your big one when you put me here with this community.
Yeah.
So I wanted to highlight the NAACP Awards and the wonderful job that they did with this last award show. And I also wanted to just, to Sterling's point that he's in a lot of predominantly white spaces, ask the question, should we continue to be in those spaces, especially given with, right, you have the NAACP Awards with, you know, just like, again, like I said, it kind of felt like a black family reunion. But then a week before that, at the BAFTAs, we had a moment where, you know, there was disrespect.
Yeah.
We'll just call it what it is, period. Like, not excuse, like, you know, there was just blatant disrespect, maybe not blatant disrespect, but there was disrespect. And how it was handled.
Right. Which could be considered blatant disrespect because of how it was handled. To your point, maybe the moment.
Yeah, you could have just took it out.
You could have just other moments in that award show were censored. Other outbursts were censored. This one was not. This one was also not. These actors were not covered on the other side of it.
Nope.
The apologies were forced after the outrage of the public. They were not immediately met off stage with like, oh my God, sorry that happened moment. So yeah, it was disrespect all the way around.
Even Alan Cumming, like his apology wasn't even geared toward them.
No.
It was more like, oh, our bad, y'all heard that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey guys, my apologies. Like, I mean, at least 10 years ago, they would have paraded a black person up there to be like, hey guys, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even just to learn, and we're not going to stay on that part, we're going to move back towards the positive, but even just to learn that the award show wrapped 2 hours before it actually went to air. So you had plenty of time to go back and fix that mistake.
Right. And we also know that nothing is truly live anymore. Everything.
I mean,
since
7-second delay been a thing for a long time.
Shout out to the fall Janet Jackson had to take a couple years ago at Super Bowl. But ever since then, everything is on okay.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
But because of that, everything functions on at least a 5 to 7 second delay. So even if it was not, to your point, a whole 2 hour delay is diabolical. But even if it is live today, we know that there is literally a delay that allows them to catch those things, to stop those things, to like pivot if they need to. And we didn't do that. And again, it was done for other elements of the show, and it was not done
only
for that.
Delay we got was the kid in the
wild.
audience. The dude in the audience. The only delay we got.
Yeah.
Because his delay behind went out there and said the N word.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Tourette's, I watch a lot of Tourette's people on Instagram for research purposes. And
okay.
I do think that it could have been mitigated in a better way. Like the fact that it's blown up like this could have been avoided
1,000%. And that's why I feel like
it's terrible.
Right. And that's why I feel like the disrespect is rooted in the way it was handled after. We can have a bunch of conversations, and I know there are already a ton of conversations around what actually happens when you have Tourette's, what you can control, what you can't control. I don't have Tourette's, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I can add to that conversation, right? What I will say is that I think the responsible parties on the other side of it took too long to respond. And I still only believe they responded because of the backlash, the public backlash that they began to receive as a result of them doing nothing. Both actors, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, shout out to Del Rey, like both of them made it very clear that they didn't receive anything. I think still to this day have not really received a ton of from BAFTA
I think there was a personal apology maybe a few days ago.
Right.
But at this point, it's
but still, by that time, somebody should have been off stage, meeting them when they got off stage to make sure that they were okay. Like, to take it back to your initial question of Black people being in predominantly white spaces, there is no safety there.
No, none whatsoever.
I do, however, think we should be there every now and then because I like.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we should pull out, but there's no safety there.
Yeah, the question, like I was asking the question, not to say that we not show up to like these other places, right? Because let's be honest, if we start doing that, then it kind of defeats the purpose of civil rights, right? Like if we just stop, like because they worked so hard to make sure that we were included in these spaces. But I think that there should be a shift as to what is important, because again, this felt really important because there was a lot of people who showed up for this, when usually it's just like, if we're being honest, like B- to D-level actors and celebrities who are showing up to like the NAACP Awards, and like if they win, like most times, like the last couple of NAACP Awards that I've seen, like most of the winners weren't there.
Right.
Like there were a lot of people nominated.
Except Taraji. Can we just like 1 second for Taraji P. Henson, because she's not B- at all. I think Taraji's A-list.
Right.
But she is one of the few Black creatives, because I know that she does more than just like act, right? I think she is one of the few Black creatives that shows up every single time.
That's Cookie Lion. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what she's doing, who she, like, she could be on Empire, she could be on Benjamin, was that Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
Was that the movie? She could, and like literally was like
Hidden Figures.
Like she could be doing everything, being nominated in big spaces, and she shows up and she claps for Black people. She is oftentimes the loudest person in the room, in every room, whether it's a white room or a Black room. And I think that like,
and she can act her behind her. Y'all better stop talking about her movies. She don't produce them. Like she don't be producing.
She just does the best with what she's given.
Exactly.
Right.
Like mind your business. Mind your business.
Shout out to Taraji.
But I'm just, I think it's time that like we start to pour back into us more, and where like the Oscars are cool, but let's show up to the NAACP Awards in droves, right? Like Again, like I said, watching this one, I loved just how Black and just how much it kind of felt like a family function. And I kind of want that for like all of our awards. Like the Grammys are cool, but let's go back to the BET Awards being the biggest thing in Black music just for us. Yeah.
Well, I can, a little insider information, not too much. I ain't not that close with them anymore, but BET also hosts and produces the NAACP Awards. So shout out to BET. Shout out to the NAACP organization. What I believe is happening, to your point, is that there is this sort of like shift in excitement again that is, it's almost reminiscent of 2020 without the performative nature of everybody else. It's actually Black people being like, you know what? We don't need your black boxes. We don't need your DE&I programs. We don't need the external support. We actually are starting to realize that we have enough of it right here. And when you look at literally in every space, in every industry, in every category, there is a prominent Black person, if not sort of holding it up. They're like rising to the occasion. They've been there for so long, but now just are, being given the space to show up themselves. And I feel like we are just sort of at a space where for a while, to your point of white spaces, we used to feel like we had to fight to be in those spaces because it was about equality. And now it's actually one of those things. It's like, I don't actually need the equality. Now that we have the resources, now that we have the means, now that we have the people, we can create our own tables and chairs. I don't actually want to sit at your table because, again, going back to what we talked about at the beginning, so much of it is rooted in this hidden racism still. That no, I don't want to, even down to the Oscars, right? It's just like, there's always this like, did they give them that award so they could check the box as like, I think we do like Black people.
I think it's like a renaissance. We've had this before in a way, right? And I think we got comfortable. When I say we, Black folk, we got comfortable and we kind of left our own tables that we made, right? Made the tables and then was like, oh, I'm going over there because they party a little bit more lit because we losing funding over here. But when the threat is to be taken away, because now BET's like, well, we ain't doing no hip hop awards. Soul Train War's dead. Like, oh, y'all taking it away? DEI, we're killing all of that. There's nobody in spaces. Now we're like, hold on, time out. We had all this, we want it back. And it's like, well, y'all ain't take care of it. Like, and I get the systemic and the hidden racism, but a lot of times we really just are like, all right, this was fun. I'm over it. Like, or how much the Grammys? What they got Nobu at they catering Nobu, and we got Melba's. Like, I want to have that. Yeah. And I think that's a part of it. It's just a symptom of being comfortable and kind of complacent and feeling like our stuff is still less than.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Comfortability, is that a word?
Yes.
We can make it a word.
Okay, I agree with that though, because I think that, again, going back to 2020, we thought that like the world was moving on our behalf in a way. And now to be in 2026 where it is all being stripped away, positions are literally being taken away, departments literally being closed or underfunded where they can't do much. It is just us looking back and being like, oh yeah, I was playing in our face. So now it is that like, oh no, we got to do it. Like, if you want it, if we want the Michael B. Jordans, if we want the, what is the director's name? Ryan, if we want them to maintain these spaces, we have to be the ones to support them and show up for them and like watch Sinners 12 times. I saw people who were literally like, I'm going to see it again for the 5th time in a row, right? Because it's
but I'm not watching Fruitvale Station again.
No.
Love you, Ryan.
I love you, Ryan.
But I can't do
it. No. There are some exceptions to the rule, because some movies, while good, emotionally you just can't sit through them multiple times. That is one of those. But the simple fact that to that point, thank you for bringing that up, even with that movie, right, like it didn't get the funding that it wanted. So Octavia Spencer came in and herself funded the rest of the movie so it could get made.
Let me tell you something.
And if we have more opportunities like that,
she is a hidden gem. Don't nobody talk about Octavia Spencer.
Not in my presence.
Not enough.
Not on my watch.
She is amazing.
Yes.
Another one, her and who show up.
Yes.
All the time. And to your point, even behind the scenes for us. And I think that's what just needs to happen. It's not a negate other spaces. It's really just showing up for ourselves. Like, whether anybody else does, like, we should be clapping the loudest for everybody. Like, and I know it went like viral, but when Issa was on, and I think she was on an Oscars red carpet, and they were just like, who are you hoping? And she's like, I'm rooting for everybody black, period. Like,
period, that's it.
Period. And I think the biggest piece of it is that y'all also not gonna make us feel bad for that anymore. Like, there was always this like, oh, well, that's anti-racism or like anti-oppressive. No. By definition, black people can't be racist. I'm going to just say it. By definition, we cannot be racist. Yes, we can feel a way about our oppressors. Yes, we can feel a way about those who try to keep us down. And yes, maybe sometimes that's toxic because it keeps us back than allowing us to grow. But we cannot be racist. We have always been on the bottom of everybody's barrel.
We don't have a system to oppress.
We don't have a system to oppress.
We could be prejudiced, but I mean, racist, not at all.
Not at all. And you're not going to make me feel bad about the fact that I want to uplift those that look like me first.
And y'all biggest problem is, and when I say y'all, I say the whites who want white supremacy back. Y'all biggest problem is y'all think that if we become the majority, we gonna do what y'all did to us. And we ain't never been that in our heart.
Like that.
We ain't
never been like that.
So I mean, feel free to continue to y'all just. How many by 2050 it's gonna be like 70%.
That's right. And at this point, what we also have to acknowledge to that point is that fear is what's guiding a lot of them. Because they think they're about to be extinct, and like, unfortunately, that's not the way it works. It just means. I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, it's not even that the black race is growing it's just that there is this intermix.
Part of that's my fault.
Shout out to my nephews, because I love them to pieces, but that interracial connectivity that's happening in our world today is really what's doing it, right? So even that idea that it's black against white. No, it's not black against white. It's just people who need to be respected, period. Like, respect is all I'm asking y'all for. Let me be very clear on that. I'm not asking you to like me.
No.
I'm not asking you to love me. No. I'm not asking you to speak to me.
Not go for all colors.
But you will respect me.
That's all I'm asking for. Like,
you have to.
Like, just a little bit, to quote Aretha Franklin, because that's just,
First of all, I forgot. I love that song, but I also forgot.
Listen.
I thought you was about to give me the quote after you said that.
No. That's it. Just a little bit.
Just a touch of love. Yeah, shout out to her.
Listen.
Shout out to her. Another, of our black
Aretha
greats.
was I wish she was still here.
Yeah.
They asked her what her
Well, I mean, she is, because I honestly...
That clip, when they asked her about making decisions, and she said dinner.
She said dinner every night.
Let me tell y'all, I connect on that.
Yes,
I connect
on
with
a
that
soulful
on
level.
soulful level.
Yes.
Because what do you mean? And forget, adding kids to the bunch changes the game. But even as a fully grown adult, the idea that I got to decide every day.
What do you mean?
Yep.
Why?
Because my parents wanted to have big fun. It's my fault to deal with all this right now.
Like,
I'm good.
It's honestly.
I'm literally a 15-year-old girl just trying to live life.
Like, Aretha gone. Like, Patty and don't really be showing up too much more because she up there. Gladys is up there. All of the greats are gone. Whitney is gone.
Yeah.
These are the people who was at the award shows, and when they was at the other award shows, they be like, listen, black people win.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was one of them people. He stopped showing up to stuff because he's over. Like, we no longer have those people.
Yeah.
It's like Big Mama being gone. Like, there is a generational
it's affecting
gap.
everything.
Yeah.
It's affecting everything.
Yeah. And that's true, because I feel like we talk about it and we joke about it a lot around the cookouts, right? Because like, who is cooking out this summer? Let this be our reminder to start whatever conversations you need to start now to figure out
who to cook,
who is doing Memorial. I got Memorial Day.
And whose house y'all gonna be?
We got Juneteenth. Okay. We got 4th of July.
Yeah.
And we got Labor Day.
And in my house, Cinco de Mayo.
And we got Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Okay. Y'all got to figure out who is handling the food. Better yet, y'all really need to start talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because we need to hold on.
And y'all not slick. We know y'all going on trips for Thanksgiving now.
Right.
Because nobody want to cook.
Nobody want to cook. So now everybody want to, I just want to take my family. No, you need to sit your family down at that Thanksgiving table and gather together with Big Mama's recipes, even if you failed this year.
Yeah, like Danny Glover and
you have until November.
Yeah.
We are just in March.
Test them.
If you start trying them now,
play with them.
You can perfect them by November.
Yeah.
And don't nobody want no meal prep on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving.
I don't want the casserole that you made for your meal prep last week.
No.
That got potatoes, ground beef, and rice in it.
I need something fresh.
I need some fresh stuffing. We need some yams. Okay, let's go back to calling them yams. Y'all trying to get new with the sweet potatoes. They was yams.
Yeah.
And I know it was by design an actual sweet potato that we cooked.
Yes.
But we called them yams.
No, we cooked yams.
We actually called them candy yams.
The whites made sweet potatoes.
Sweet, right. That's what I'm saying. We made candy yams. Go back to them candy yams. Get that 5 cheese macaroni and cheese. Like all these recipes now. It's like, you don't need all that cheese. Yes, you do.
That's true. And I will say one thing. The white people, a good casserole. Like if y'all,
this man,
that chicken rice broccoli combo with the cheese, y'all got one with that. A good casserole.
We're not bringing that to Thanksgiving.
No. Sorry. We don't have to bring Thanksgiving.
We could do that for the Friday after when nobody don't want to order Saturday. Right. You could like figure that out. But Thanksgiving, okay? Don't put no chicken, broccoli, cheese, rice casserole on the table. We're not eating that.
I didn't know casserole. But speaking of, if you could do another whole that chicken pesto cheese thing you made once
with the bow ties, and the asparagus. Talk about a white meal. Okay,
you made that one time.
She made that one time and never again. You know,
you stopped making them Hershey cookies too. I know this is not what y'all here for.
Yeah, this is not what I'm here for.
You stopped making them Hershey cookies.
Oh, the peanut butter, the kiss with the thing on the top. Yeah, I thought about that the other day. I just gotta get the kisses. We can make them. We can do all those things.
But nah, we have already discussed back to, being black in the black cookouts. Your father has already said he wants to have one a month.
In the summertime?
In the summertime. One a month.
Oh, that was real silent.
Starting with Memorial Day.
All right, we have to see. This is where things go a little bit because we got to talk about the guest list.
Oh yeah, we get to discuss all of that.
Oh, I'm not coming. Listen, the same way we talking about black people in places that they don't feel comfortable or don't. Please understand that William is not making appearances.
Understood.
In uncomfortable spaces.
And I would never ask you to do that.
That part.
But yeah, the NAACP Awards. Excuse me, the NAACP Awards.
Why we stop saying double?
I don't
Somebody
know.
tell me.
I don't know, but
because you done AA for the past 20 minutes, and I'm like,
it's because watching the show, not a single person,
not one, said double A.
Said double A.
I gotta ask ChatGPT about that. But okay,
every one of them said NAACP,
and I seen it on Threads. Even people was asking. I haven't seen anybody give an actual answer.
Give an answer, but
I think Alcohol Anonymous and. Every time you say NAA, I think Alcohol's Anonymous
or AARP. Like I just think of all the things that like AA. Yeah,
but that's fine. I mean, I'm just curious. I didn't want to be left out.
No, I understand.
We don't have an answer for you. It was a drastic change. As noted by the people on social media as well. So we have to see.
And I always thought African American was what that AA stood for, but clearly it don't. And colored people, they stood like I was lost as a black person when it came to them.
Yes. Yeah.
Listen, but you're not no more.
No, I'm not.
And that's the important part.
I'm now found.
Thank God.
Hallelujah.
Shout out to Jesus, okay?
Yes.
You know? And just briefly, we need to go back to more of that.
Bobby Jones should have never got canceled. This is part of the problem.
Was Jesus what you was talking about when he brought in Bobby Jones?
No.
Okay.
Well, Jesus was what I was talking about. In the fact that Miles Caton, when he said, "I'd like to thank God first and foremost."
Yeah.
As a black, can we start going back?
Yeah.
To that?
Okay. Well, so speaking of Miles,
it depends.
I feel like I think we can go back to it. To answer your question, I think we can go back to it when it's truthful.
Right, because I don't want Offset
when it's right. Because I think not that we are here to judge anybody's relationship with God, right? No. But I do think that we can't be superficial with it either, right? We have to, and I want people to start. I actually want people to stop playing with God in 2026 and acting like He is just this like thing that you can pull off the shelf when you're good and ready, and not something that should really be a part of your daily life. Right. But speaking of Miles, shout out to Miles because he is actually. I don't know if y'all know this. I just recently found this out. He is actually from a relatively well-known Pentecostal family in Brooklyn, New York.
Wait, did you hear the way he started that?
What?
He basically said, first giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. I'd like to thank the pastor, first lady, all the deacons on the board. Like that's his acceptance speech. Yeah. It kind of gave. Yeah. I mentioned him because there were a couple other people that night who thanked God first and foremost. Yeah. But his was the only one that felt genuine.
Yeah, because it comes from a genuine place. Yeah. Like his mom is Timony Figueroa. I don't know if y'all know her, but she sang with Hezekiah Walker for years. Okay. I know Hezekiah. What's the song? The slow one, that Hezekiah Walker song.
I know what you're talking about too.
I'm drawing a blank. When we could we look it up? I'm gonna look it up real fast. But he literally comes from his grandfather is like the Archbishop of Pentecostal churches in New York. They have a big church. Bishop Figueroa.
Sinners was a biopic.
Sinners was definitely crazy enough. Right. It was actually not even supposed to be called Sinners.
That was supposed to be cool.
It was supposed to be called. Now y'all make me go back and find this again because. It was not, and his mom, Timony, did like this whole thing about it because it was not supposed to be. Hold on.
Also, while you're looking that up, I just want to say shout out to Warner Brothers because, like a dog with a bone, they are not letting this BAFTA thing go.
What happened?
When they are repeatedly saying, "Hey, why didn't it?" Like they are repeatedly like pressing them.
You talking about calling my name?
Calling my name, yes, yes. that shout out to Timony and Hezekiah Walker. That's his mama, by the way.
Oh,
so like great. Right. So like that's the part, right? And his aunt also sings, and his uncle, who is also his stylist, is also now not now, but is also the pastor. Eric Figueroa is his name. His uncle styled their entire family, but also as the pastor in Brooklyn. Like it's his roots are deep, and the family support is also like top tier, and I love that. His grandmother was with him at the awards this past weekend.
At that moment.
Why?
Oh, just because it's a moment he got to have that I can't. That's all I was. But we ain't gonna stay there.
No, we don't have to stay there. But yeah,
what's wrong? Why?
Yeah,
I was just letting you know where my brain went.
No, I mean that's fair.
I was just letting you know where my brain went. I don't
deal with emotions well.
I'm just.
That's why I said we don't have to stay there. I was just letting you know where I was at. But Warner Brothers is repeatedly pressing the BAFTAs and the BBC.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know a BAFTA was a thing. I mean,
about their handling of this situation.
That's true.
And I'm just like, it's nice to have that support.
That's what's up. I'm also tired. I have fatigue of certain, like this BAFTA thing, right?
Yeah.
I have just outrage fatigue personally. Like, I get everything has to be called out. I'm just so tired of having to be like, that was wrong. You guys should be better here. Because it's exhausting. It is totally exhausting.
It is.
It's exhausting, and that's why I think, right, it's exhausting, and that's why I think to the initial conversation of like us, we don't have to worry about that in our spaces, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I meant even when I said that there is no safety sometimes in these, because of just how you leave these spaces feeling so exhausted, because even if nothing happens in the way that it happened at the BAFTAs, right? You're just on edge.
Yeah.
Or you code switching the whole night.
Or you code switching the whole night. And by the time you just like, let me take this wig off. Let me unstrap my bra now finally, because I can like relax and like be myself. So that's also where I think being in spaces created for us and by us allows us to genuinely land in a safe way, right? Mm-hmm. So you can sit in the audience and not have to worry about the host saying something crazy or something. Everybody's in there in like-minded spaces. So I think that's the part of it where the exhaustion comes from the fact that many of us, not even just in TV and film production, many of us are in predominantly white spaces. We work every day. Whether we could go to the mall, you go to the supermarket. We live in an area. I live in a city that is predominantly white. So like, it is exhausting day in and day out to be in that space where then, to your point, I go to turn on the TV that's supposed to be a moment of reprieve, and that can't even be a moment of reprieve anymore because I now have to watch what has happened to something. Like, it's just...
And now every drama in America is talking about the same things that's happening in real life. I'm just like, yo, do Grey's Anatomy have to touch on the current climate of... Like, can we just go back to saving lives?
Listen, I feel like... Oh, wait, really quickly. So... Sinners was originally functioning under the name Grilled Cheese. I feel like at some point in the history of this podcast, you gotta get Ryan Coogler on and ask him where grilled cheese came from.
I'm not going to see grilled cheese.
And how they pivoted from grilled cheese to Sinners. But when he received Miles Canton's mom, Timony, I remember posted on Instagram a while back that when he was selected for this film, it was under the name Grilled Cheese. It was not.
It's giving Jordan Peele, and I'm not going to see it.
It was not Sinners. Honestly, it was not. So, like, the name switch happened.
Yeah. I'm not going to see that. That is a Jordan Peele movie, and I'm not going.
Yeah.
The name switch happened after they had like done a lot of the production and all the
Miles
things.
Canton,
so like,
and your mama and all of them connected to that.
Whoever the genius was who said, let's change this.
Because what?
Thank you.
Could you imagine if we was like Grilled Cheese?
First, I didn't even know what Sinners was about.
Academy Award nominated movie Grilled Cheese.
I didn't know what Sinners was about in the first place. I saw the trailer and didn't get it anyway. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna support.
Yeah.
So I went there and my mind was blown. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
But because I also don't like bashing black movies.
No, me neither.
It's hard not to, but
well, I feel like here's the thing.
It can be difficult not to.
It can be difficult, but I think here's what I will say. I feel like I do feel like we go extra hard on black movies.
We go extra hard on every movie.
No, it's not. It's not in the same way. I hear you in that, and maybe it feels because we're in the community, right? It feels louder to me, but I do feel like when people don't like something, a black film, let's just use a black Tyler Perry film for example, right? I feel like the people like tomato, like the whole, just like,
and y'all are wrong.
All like from top to bottom.
Because Joe's college trip was fire.
That was actually really funny.
See, that's the thing. I didn't see it. I'm not a big like Madea girly, but the feedback, if I had taken the feedback off social media, I would have never watched it because I felt like the feedback was so
people don't like to have fun anymore.
Bad. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like people almost go into it with the expectation of our films. The bar is so high that it doesn't give it a chance to. People will watch a film. I'm trying to think of one right now, but like, I feel like there were so many indie films that have won awards. One that like when you watch it at first glance, you're like, "What was that?" And then and then you get all these like think pieces about it being this like interpretive piece, and you have to have understood the 19th century and all the to like really. And then you just be like, "Whoa,
Kendrick Lamar.
Why can't that same lens be given to something like a Jordan Peele? Right? Like let's think about it.
I'll tell you why.
Yes,
that
it's
was
still one of those movies.
Don't do that. Because nope, it was. No,
that was
Jordan Peele. No,
I'm only saying he was a bad example because his movies don't be that deep. Like he got one with Get Out, but a better example would be They Clone Tyrone on Netflix.
Oh yes,
okay,
yes. Fried chicken.
That's fair. That's
a better example would be They Clone Tyrone on Netflix, where it's just like, fam, people just like nobody actually took the time. I don't like, fam. If you watch that movie,
right.
And you actually sit and look at all the themes and the references to like modern day life. I mentioned it when I first saw it on the podcast, fam. The fact that I was watching a movie where they were using fried chicken to take over people's minds. I had Popeyes in front of me
as you were eating,
as I was watching this movie.
Yes.
It's like Undercover Brother. I love that movie. But to your point of the bar being set, right, and us going hard on movies. I think that also ties into like the nostalgia part because nothing's really original, right? We hold it to the bar of what came out already, right? Yes. So like, if you got a movie that, and this hasn't happened, but The Color Purple was remade again. I'm looking at the first one, and y'all don't have the soul, y'all don't got the dirty feet, y'all don't have the. Oprah looked like she got beat to bricks in that movie, and Danielle Brooks still look cute, like.
So that's a good one to bring up because I think what people didn't understand was that they did not remake The Color Purple the film, they redid the musical.
The musical.
So even that adds a layer to it, right? Where it is not apples to apples in terms of like The Color Purple we watched 20, 30 years ago and the one today. The one today was really done based off of the Broadway play. And they brought that into a motion picture. So it's like there are nuances, I think, to your point in that is that like, but some things don't need to be remade. But here's what I will say. I feel like original pieces, because Sinners has its fair share of critics still to this day. I literally had somebody tell me a couple days ago.
Dawn of the Dead, I think, is a different movie. It's like a Mexican. It was some movie that they said it was similar to that when it first came out.
And to that point, if we watch Ryan Coogler interviews, which most people don't, he's already mentioned that that movie influenced him making this.
Right.
Like that was one of the influences. The story of
his uncle and all that.
Yeah, like that was one of the influences with making Sinners.
Right. But that's what I'm saying though, because when you think about a film like Sinners, original pieces require original thinking. You can't go into it. If you went into Sinners, and I'm just using this as an example, but if you went into Sinners looking for Black Panther level cinematography or Black Panther level wardrobe or Black Panther level, like you're nuts because that's not what that was, right? So we almost need to, I feel like a lot of times when people see original thinking, even back to Jordan Peele, as out of this world, sometimes his movies can feel it is original thinking, right? He is giving you original thought and original creative processing for how he wants to see something to come to life. I think there is still space for those sorts of things because then when we get remakes, then we're judging the remake against, but then we're not giving original pieces their just due either, or their ability to like break it down. Also, one more thing, and I'm gonna let you. One more. I actually feel like people need to watch and listen to things more than once.
Yes, absolutely.
Before they actually just jump in with like their POV.
To do that with albums.
That's what I'm saying. To for an album to drop, and Pat says this to the boys all the time. For an album to drop and you give it one listen and you like trash.
Right.
Or for an album to drop and you be like, oh my God, that was the greatest album of all time. Probably not. You got to really sit with it. Put some headphones on. Like really, and same thing with films. There are so many nuances or cultural references in films that...
What in the world?
No, you good.
Oh, there are so many nuances and cultural references in films that I think people have to really just sit with it and watch it and let it, like, take it apart before you actually, like, want to just give it a full...
Like Coming to America, you mean?
Yeah.
Because I will say there's a movie that I specifically don't like that a lot of black people love, and this may be blasphemous, so whatever. Save your comments. I don't like The Wiz at all. It's cheesy, it's corny, to me, I don't get it. But there is this like tribal, communal love behind it.
Yes.
That if it were to be remade today, to me, there is room for improvement. So there might like it could be a better movie.
If you're right. But if they do remake it, they're gonna do what they did with the Broadway play.
Right.
And where it's going to be The Wiz.
Yeah.
With all of the music from The Wiz, but set in
like modern.
No, like set in The Wizard of Oz. Like because the Broadway play is The Wiz.
But in Dorothy and him.
But set in like Oz with like what's that white lady name?
Glenn.
No, who played Dorothy?
Oh, not Dorothy.
You know.
What's her name? Yeah, Julia?
Something. That white lady. Like
no, she got abused. I feel bad for that white lady. They drugged her up and did her dirty. What's her name?
What white lady we talking about?
She did blackface.
From The Wizard of Oz.
She did blackface.
Yeah, she did blackface from The Wizard of
That's
Oz.
I'm sorry.
But
that's
quickly,
Liza Minnelli mother.
I didn't know that. But I was just going to ask if
Audrey Hepburn? No.
Hold on, I'm finding it.
Catherine? No, not Catherine. I don't know. No, I was just going to ask if y'all paused.
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
Judy
Garland. That's her. Yeah. Yep. They set it in like The Wiz. Like it's The Wiz set in The Wizard of Oz. Like they did it for when Juju did that play for his school.
Yes.
When we went to see that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
That's what they did on Broadway. Like they just
one of them little girls could sing. That little white girl, I don't remember her name, but
she was the Oz.
The Tin Man.
Like, the Tin Man? Yeah. Oh, the Tin Man in the play. No, she was really good. She was very good. She was good. But before we move off this, I will say The Wiz at that time, I think that's why so much of it is rooted in like why people love it and sort of the like importance of it is because it was just like one of the first all black cast and for a very classic storyline, right? It was the opportunity to take it and remake it. That in terms of remakes, right? Doesn't feel like I'm just trying to like do it again. That was like, even when you think about it, it was set in Harlem, right? She was at the dinner table with her family. Like there were all these other nuances, which then once she went through The Wizard of Oz, it was like she was in Coney Island and it like it had this whole like updated, for back then at least,
like
sort of cultural backdrop that shifted the story even a little bit more. So I do think that was one of those.
Being honest, people don't talk about that movie for the storyline. The music slaps.
Right. Yeah.
The music slaps, bro.
Yeah. It really, I don't actually need any of the dialogue.
At all. Like,
just let the songs play the way they're supposed to.
I couldn't tell you any of the dialogue. It's the music for me.
Really
like,
music.
That's why I like watching The Wiz because the songs in it are fantastic.
So there's a movie that I watch. It's a white great that, and I'm like, man, like this is like Parent Trap, right? Like to me, it is a flawless hour and 20-minute movie because it's like, oh, this is an original idea, and this is kind of crazy that this happened. It's so many flaws. It's stupid. Like
it is.
You could be like, really, yeah, but it's an enjoyable whatever, right?
Right.
To your point of how we review movies, not one person, non-person of color, went out there and was like, oh, there are so many loopholes in this movie.
But they will today though.
Maybe
because again,
time it came out.
We kind like when the time period when that came out, if you weren't a professional, the everyday person wasn't out here trying to give you think pieces on how they felt about the most recent content they watched.
No, that's true. That's
fair.
true.
That's fair.
That's so true.
Like, that wasn't happening. It was just, hey, did you see? Like, it was just regular conversation.
That's
Hey, did you see this?
true.
Like, and then people, you give what you thought, but it wasn't like they weren't breaking down. Hey, this happened and this is wrong and this is not how you do this in this
Where did that
line of
come
cinema.
from?
The uptake of podcasting and social media.
Because I actually saw, it was hysterical to me because I saw somebody try to do that for Bridgerton. It's not, shout out to Shonda Rhimes. Okay, so we can talk about Bridgerton. I saw somebody try to do that around just like
That's a Shonda Rhimes show?
Yeah.
Yes.
With all the white folk?
Yes.
It ain't all on white folk. If you actually look at her cast, it is actually a very...
I just know what my algorithm
You
showed
want
me.
to talk about interracial...
Well, I seen that.
Family mating, okay? Every son, I don't think only one son married himself a white girl. The other one is married to an Indian. This one just got married to an Asian girl. The Daphne, the first daughter that got married herself a black man. Let me tell you, okay, Shonda makes sure the people are represented in every element from top to bottom. Disability came up big in this last season. So shout out to Shonda Rhimes.
Well, she always threw a handicap in the show.
She
For sure.
The representation. We love that. Shout out to black women for showing up in that way. What I was going to say about Bridgerton is that I saw somebody try to do this whole like dissertation around the cultural it's not inaccuracies. Is that the word?
Yeah.
That's a word.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
The cultural inaccuracies of Bridgerton. And somebody commented, it was like, they play classical versions of Back That Thing Up. Like, do you really think that, like, this is the space for us to be having this, like, it's like, just watch it,
Can we just talk?
it,
Can we
just
enjoy
take it
fiction
in.
again?
That's the thing.
Like, my thing is, I
why-
love a made-up world.
Because that's the escape I'm looking for.
I think, what is it? Wonder Man? On I think it's supposed to be modern, but it gives like this I don't know, to me. It gives like this
No, there's definitely an
retro
old school, retro vibe
of
Man.
like when you used to go on auditions, and it just feels retro. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, there's another, I can't think of another show right now that's literally set in, it feels like it's set in the 80s, but it's modern. Like, even The Burbs. The Burbs is supposed to be modern, but it gives me this like Desperate Housewives neighborhood vibe, and that is right up my alley. So can we just like fiction again? Like, I don't need everything to feel like I could be dropped into that world and have
I'm going to take it a step further. Can we just like fiction again? But also, can you just not like something and keep it to yourself?
Yep. Because there's a lot of stuff y'all like, but I don't say
that's
nothing.
what I'm saying. The idea that every time somebody posts, and it's not even just with films and TV. I feel like anytime people get on there now, I could post a picture. My page is private on purpose because I ain't in the mood to fight with strangers. Like, that's not what we doing over here.
No more Mary J. Blige wars?
Child. Okay? But the point is that, like, people, you could post something and here comes somebody, oh, I don't like that blue shirt you got on.
Crazy.
I don't actually recall asking you.
Right.
And this, I think, to your point of the rise of podcasts and social media, everybody just feel like they have so much to say. And don't get me wrong, I think everybody should have a voice. And if you have a voice and you want to contribute to maybe your community and your space, absolutely do that. I'm not telling anybody to be quiet, but I think we're getting really close to just creating a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And it's just disagreement for the sake of disagreement.
It's
fuss
stupid.
for the sake of fuss. We're not adding, we're not really, again, you can, in artwork, talking about films, talking about TV shows, it is really artwork, right? So it is up for debate.
Yep.
But this idea that because I don't agree with you, that now I'm an imbecile or I'm ignorant or I am like, it's just like, no, we can disagree and it's okay.
Bro, when the new iPhone came out, I hate the minute it dropped. We didn't give a damn what a disposable camera looked like. We just knew it took pictures.
We just knew it took pictures and we knew,
If you look at it, VHS is sitting over there. They look dumb. But I mean, nobody cared about what a VHS looked like when it go inside a VCR. Right now, it's all like, it doesn't even rotate properly.
I cared a little bit because when I got that orange VHS
Rugrats
from Rugrats.
Yes.
Boy, that was something special. That was something.
That's totally
special.
That hit the spot.
Nickelodeon knew what they was doing to kids everywhere when they changed the color of that VHS tape. Okay,
you know who on their SpongeBob tip right now? Bluey. Bluey is SpongeBob. Like,
it sure is.
We know it is.
Reincarnated.
It really
crazy.
is.
It's crazy.
It really is. But no, I agree because like it's wild, and we're gonna move on. But like to say, you could say, right, I don't like you can say I like waffles. Mm-hmm. I like waffles.
What kind?
Somebody's gonna say, so that means you hate pancakes? Mm-hmm. No, my nigga, I just said I like waffles.
Yeah. Well, or it's gonna be, does that mean you hate pancakes? Or it's, well, I don't know how you eating waffles. Like that's like
easy. I make the batter, I put it in my waffle iron, and then when they come out, I toast some butter. Like I put some butter on it.
Don't bring the waffle iron out, because then it's like, oh well, that's not a real waffle. Because if you don't know how to make your waffle on a cast iron grill on the stove over a hot flame, like it's just, people are
that goes back
losing it.
That goes back to rooting for everybody that's black, right? If I say that, that means that I'm not rooting ever for anybody that's non-black. Mm-hmm. Like I am a country music fan, right? Mm-hmm. I shouldn't be in reality, right? Because of I'm not allowed in no like I am by theory not allowed in like a country music club if I go to Nashville, right? As like if there's a predominantly like this is our space, sir. You shouldn't like this music. Mm-hmm. But I do. I'm rooting for Chris Stapleton if I see him on a Grammy list, right? Right. But that don't necessarily mean I can't root for Tiana, Leon Thomas, anybody else that pops up on the list. I'm just saying that, yo, black people winning make me feel a whole lot better on the inside.
I mean, I do want to say though that country music was originally black.
No, I know, but I mean, we're here.
So like,
right now.
shout out to the people.
Yeah, I mean, everything was ours. They just kind of, rock music was ours too. Chuck Berry. I mean, we did it all. We did it
the
all.
original Cowboys were black. Yeah, I just want to I'm just gonna give it so we could just.
Yeah. They were.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying in this climate, I'm not in Trump's climate. I'm not allowed, and because and it's crazy too. I feel so crazy because I'm thinking we're thinking about Super Bowl halftime shows and Bad Bunny's here. If there's a white person next year, right? Mm-hmm. There's gonna be uproar for some reason, and if there's another black person, it's just we can't escape it now.
Enough. No one's ever happy.
No one,
because like I'm gonna just bring him up because I just said his name. But if Chris Stapleton get announced for the halftime show next year, like so what? It's like
yeah.
And so there was a time.
Star Spangled Banner.
Did y'all see Kelly Price?
No.
Sing. Lift every voice and sing when she was supposed to be singing the national anthem. After somebody else came up there and did
had already done
now
it.
Now Kelly.
So here's the thing.
Oh my God.
There are two sides talking about people in conversation on social media.
People being in the wrong spaces. I don't know.
Because half the people feel like she forgot the words to the Star Spangled Banner. Because she started with, oh, say, does that Star Spangled, like that's not the beginning of Star Spangled Banner. And I think realized where she started, sang through literally the rest of that hook, and then needed something else to sort of come behind it with. So half the people are like, she forgot the words.
Simple song, but very hard to get up there.
If you don't start it right, it's just not good.
Y'all ain't pay attention in school, by the way.
I mean,
because Whitney killed
it depends on what school you went to.
Yeah, because they played Whitney every morning.
Literally. But half people say she forgot it and then had to just like pivot and pivoted to Black National Anthem. Half the people say that they don't think she liked the way the original person sang the Black National Anthem.
That tracks.
And then she like came, and that actually kind of tracks. So it's like, shout out to Kelly Price, no shade. But baby girl, you are problematic in a lot of spaces. And she is definitely one of those ones that like, if she don't like something.
You and Nikki Gilbert are y'all two? I don't understand. But yeah.
So
shout out to R&B Divas. I missed that show.
Ooh, R&B Divas.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to
that
Kelly
was a
Price.
Good theme song.
That was Nikki. That was what's my girl?
Monifa.
Monifa. Shout out to the girlies.
I'm happy Kiki. Never mind. We're not talking about them.
No. Because I don't even know what you're about to say, but I don't want you to finish. Uncle Mo.
Yo, just shout out to everybody black.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody black. Everybody doing their thing.
Y'all. We do.
Black History Month is forever. I had another
Rest
topic.
in peace, Jesse Jackson.
I will say this. Oh, yes. Right. That was yesterday.
Bro. I have been watching the speeches that were given
at
that memorial service.
Yeah.
We got Fat Al Sharpton the other day.
We sure
he came back.
Bruh.
He actually spoke about people getting comfortable.
He sure did.
And I think people, social media, half the people understood it and half the people took it the wrong way. And it was like, we didn't get, because it really is just, it has become a place where people just go to argue.
Yo, real talk, I'm over the fact that we have to pick jerseys now. Like, in reality, and I know it's important. No, jersey, like, this is my team. This is your team.
Right. Yes, like, yes.
And I get a lot of it now is life or death, or like, make sure you're on the right side of history.
Yes.
But there is also the part where, if you don't like it, like you said earlier, if you don't like it, it's okay. And then we can still go have dinner. Right. Together.
Now, okay, but I'm going to challenge that a little bit, right? Because I do think, and I just had this conversation with somebody, I do think that in a space, right, political climate, not to get super politically charged, but the current political conversation, at least for me, is not a Democrat versus Republican conversation.
No.
And that's where I feel like, to your point, we shouldn't have to pick
Shouldn't
jerseys.
be.
I could be a Democrat, you could be Republican, you could be independent, and we could all sit here at this table and have a very healthy conversation.
Y'all don't let independents vote in primaries. That's my biggest problem.
That's the other
because we would fix all of this crap.
Right, and would really create a level of balance that wouldn't lead us down the path.
So
I do think, however, because this conversation came up, even with Julian, where it would be problematic for me to be friends with somebody that stood with what somebody like Donald Trump stood for. Because that's not party lines, right? That's not policy. That is somebody who has made it very clear where he stands from a racial, social, sexism level and his perspective on women. You saw he just treated, and that was a group of white women, so he just treated the U.S. women's hockey team in their recent win at the Olympics, right? And sort of congratulating the guys and being like, oh, let me call the girls so you don't get upset. That kind of person.
It was also their aesthetic, because I guarantee you if they...
if they present it as
if they a bunch of Miss Americas running around, they would have got the phone call first.
Literally would have been on board. But because that's not who they were, that's the treatment they got, right? So, but understanding how he treats women, how he treats immigrants, because let's be honest, all of us are from some level of immigration, right? Whether it be direct or indirect.
Unless you're a Native American.
Unless you're a Native American, you did not originate from here.
You didn't.
So the fact that we are not treating them properly, the fact that we are literally rounding them up to scare people and throwing them in camps and don't nobody know where they at, like that level of thinking, I cannot actually be close with somebody that says, oh yeah, I support that. So that's where I do think that when we're talking about morals, again, not politics, not basketball teams, not your favorite movie, not your favorite fast food chain, not your favorite, those things are all the things that we can, I may like Wendy's and you might like McDonald's. I may like JCPenney and you might like Nordstrom's, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, we can do those things. But when we're talking about basic human rights of like treating people good and being respectful and being mindful and caring about people in a really positive way, no, I can't rock with somebody that's like, oh yeah, I stand with him.
Well, that people putting money over lives is important. Like, because some people who have the bankroll, they will say, well, so sad for them. Like,
yeah, but then there's a lot of people that it's not even about bankroll, and that's the part that bugs me.
Yeah, that's
because I can get with people that are like, oh, my taxes, oh, my money,
or
oh,
like my business is booming.
Business,
like,
right, under his administration.
Yeah,
all right, I might listen to you. It's selfish, but I can hear you. Yeah. But he actually has a lot of low income support. That's like, how? Because he's literally trying to take programs away. The things that's helping your family eat. We literally went through a government shutdown where people were on the verge of starvation because they could not get their food stamps. Half of y'all voted for him, though. So help me understand how that is actually functioning in your mind frame. And shout out to the conservative Christians that are really trying to root themselves in this idea that like, oh, I stand for Trump because he stands for Jesus. On what planet?
Well, that whole thing of like, where Jesus don't...
Because Jesus went and flipped...
He wouldn't let him in.
Jesus went into the temple and flipped the table when he saw what they was doing inside there and he wasn't supposed to be doing.
Well, let's be clear.
Jesus would have got deported.
Trump already said...
Jesus would have got deported.
Trump
already said, I'm not going to heaven. Like, he already made it
That's what I'm saying. So even that stance, to still be like... Because I heard a popular Christian artist say recently, just because I stand with Trump don't mean... It was like, I could stand with Trump and stand with Jesus. Are you nuts? Like, at what point do we associate?
Jesus don't really stand with presidents, but he be minding his business.
I would never, as somebody
because they
who
put themselves above him anyway.
Right. As somebody who proudly voted for Barack Obama, I would never be like, oh, I could say with Obama and Jesus. That's not the same thing to me.
No.
That's not the same thing at all. So I think we're just losing it a little bit, is what I will say.
Right.
But again, that's also one of those things. Like, if you want to stand with Trump, by all means, do what you got to do. Just don't tell me about it.
Right. I mean, and
That's
so my initial point being like, right, because I don't like to discuss. I'd rather not deal with this politic part in this part of my life, because I feel like I would have to cut off 50% of the people I interact with on a daily basis.
That's fair.
So I would much rather us just like we used to do 20 years ago. You go do what you do in the voting booth. I'll go do what I do, and then because. Now, for nothing, we have gone geopolitical, but we can get off of this soon enough. There are parts of stuff that every president has done that I'm like,
1,000%.
What you doing, sir?
Absolutely.
Like the Syria attacks from. But again, that we ain't talk about. We need to talk about that. There are movies and things out that we could talk about. There's other things we can have a conversation about.
Right.
Yeah.
The jersey wearing really, even when it comes to award shows and movies and stuff like that, like, I'm a big fan of the pit, right? Cool. Some people don't like it. Oh, it's not an accurate representation of being a doctor. It's like, I'm not a doctor, so that's on y'all business.
Right. And I don't need to feel like I'm in an emergency room when I'm watching
That's
TV.
the bottom line.
Knock it off.
That's it.
It's perfectly fine.
Knock it off.
Like that is an issue I have with like recent television and movies. It's like, fam, I watch TV so I don't have to think about life.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what I don't need in my television is it to remind me
of the
real life that I'm currently
like when every
living.
TV show had COVID. I'm like, yo, if y'all don't take this off of my TV.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I lived it. I was here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I was here.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to shows like Lioness, but it's only but so much of that I could watch.
Yeah, that's true. It's very good.
It is very good.
It is very good.
Lioness is good. I mean, Handmaid's Tale is a whole other thing. It was good, but like now that's starting to feel like something you could be living through too.
Well, that's how I feel about Paradise.
That's also an issue.
How I get in the bunker?
Girl.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not gonna lie, because I know there's a bunker being built. I know.
Yeah, I think it's already built.
How do I get a ticket?
I just want them to show me in this season how they survive not being in a bunker, and I'm good.
Right, but see, we can't talk about this yet because people might not have watched.
Well, you should have.
Well, yeah.
At this point,
at least we could discuss the first few episodes.
By the time this airs, we will have five
episodes
out.
Yes.
If you 5 episodes in and you ain't watched a single one, shout out to our very own Sister Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand what you're doing because you want me to wait.
Right.
Yeah.
And Queen Latifah dying in the first episode, I was not ready for. I was sad.
Right, thank you. Because what?
I know who you're talking
the
about.
security lady.
Right, but
that is not Queen Latifah.
I know, but I don't know who she is.
And let me tell you why that's a bit problematic, because she actually had to come on Instagram yesterday, I don't know if y'all saw, and tell people that she okay. There was rumors swirling that she was like actually ill and like on her deathbed, and she had to come on Instagram and be like, y'all gotta stop.
Then they must have watched Paradise. I didn't know that lady name. So and she was giving me Queen Latifah vibes like most of the show.
Yeah. She, crazy enough, which I love for her, is like a social media like comedian who is just,
and I'm
like
happy she came out.
Okay. Shout out to Queen Latifah though, right? Make sure you breathe, okay? It is very important to breathe.
Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Queen Latifah. We love her.
She was not in Paradise.
She literally is somebody, like when you think of aunties, and I was just talking to Lex about this yesterday. When you think of like those 80s, 90s aunties, right? And we all had them. The one with the jewelry. She had a vibe. She had a swag to her that was just
in a 90s kind of way.
Cool. Like Queen Latifah has always been that person to me. So now to even see her,
she made it cool to wear sweatpants everywhere.
But even the other day, she was on a red carpet and she had this like Tom Ford blue suit on. It was so dope. It was like, and she just presented herself as herself, authentically as herself. Her wife came, like joined her on the carpet at one point, and they like took pictures together. And then she like moved off, and then like Queen Latifah did this like, you know, her 80s, 90s pose that she always like sort of get like she's just a vibe, and I just like love. But then to see her,
she can so rebrand as Queer Latifah. That's fire. Like she could do like a gay brand.
I don't think the thing is, I don't think she's trying to do that.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think she has to at all. But I'm just saying, if she would, because
that would be fun.
It's a thing to capitalize off of.
It is, but I think there is something. You think about it, right? There was always the aunties and the uncles who had friends growing up.
Oh, you about to have to clip me.
We done with that now, okay? We're done.
We had your moment
with that. They always had the aunties and the uncles.
Miss Parker.
That had the friends, and you just respected it, right? You it didn't require this like moment of announcement. You just like knew, and you didn't as a kid, didn't really know. You just knew as a friend of your aunt.
Well, you definitely know now.
But I still there's even when you think about somebody like a Luther Vandross, right? Like of course there was all the speculation around him, but
then you got Marlon Brando.
You just didn't need to do. You just
and
didn't
it wasn't
do that
out in the open. And actually, to that point, I just saw recently there was a video of a guy at a baby shower, like an older gentleman at a baby shower, and he had this like box, and it was just like, I think it was like a Coke box, like a box of Coca-Cola. Okay. But then he like poured it.
Yeah, I was like, where we going?
No.
What kind of baby shower they was at?
What were they doing there?
A box of Coca-Cola, and he like went off to the side and like poured it into like a cup. And you could tell that it wasn't. He had liquor, but he put it in a Coke box.
I've been there.
And I was like, bro. And somebody was like, that. Like people in the comments were like, that's stupid. And somebody was like, no, that's how life used to be. Yes. Like they used to be. Like we used to.
Decorum.
We weren't openly drinking at every.
Or cussing at. Let me tell you something. I feel so old right now.
Yeah.
Because UYNs have no respect
at all.
When y'all see that old lady and y'all keep cussing in front of her.
Better yet.
Now I got to worry about y'all jumping me because I say something.
Right.
No.
Shooting you, better yet.
Well, they ain't even touching me.
Because niggas can't fight.
Because they're not fighting now. When I say this, I mean it's in all respect. Forget the old lady for a second. When y'all see me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm practically, we talking about the YNs that we talking about. I am practically old enough to be your mother.
Yeah.
She and I probably went to school together.
Yep.
The fact of the matter is that you need to respect the people around you. Everybody don't want to hear you cussing and doing all that. Running through the mall acting crazy, running through the park acting crazy. Like I literally had a young man, old enough, I thought he was at least around like 12, 11 years old, running through the park back in the summertime. He running. And he like ran over our stuff, and his friend ran behind him and was like, "Dad, shouldn't have done that." And I was just like,
"See,
you talking to me?"
Yeah, that's crazy. They need to be prescribed that TTAU.
Okay,
That A.s Up. That's that.
Okay.
That is what's lost.
Oh
yeah,
no,
that is what's lost.
It is. It really is.
Because now everybody want to call Child Protective Service.
Right. There was a level of respect, and it's an art form, because when I think about it now, it's like, and I've had so many conversations about this, because I feel like raising kids, right? There's always a dynamic of like doing things differently, right? Because there were definitely pieces of maybe back in the day that weren't necessarily
that were passed down from the slaves. That
were passed down. That wasn't necessarily healthy, right? Yeah. Even in the references. So it's like, don't make your kids call everybody auntie and uncle because people are pedophiles, this, that, and the other thing. I understand that. But here is what I will say. My kids don't have to call everybody auntie and uncle, and we've definitely distinguished, right? We've definitely distinguished who fall under the auntie and uncle category. But you're not going to disrespect somebody that is old enough to be your auntie and uncle by calling them by their first name. We're not doing that. If it's not auntie and uncle, then it's Mr. and Mrs. Like it's not,
or it's ma'am, sir.
Or it's ma'am, sir. We're not going to do this, because again, it just creates a level of respect. To your point with the uncle, you knew there were certain uncles that it was like, don't touch that soda bottle.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Smell my breath.
You want soda? They got y'all soda over there.
And that cooler right there is for us.
That's what I'm saying.
And that cooler over there is for y'all.
It created a level of respect.
See, that's the nostalgia I miss. Or at least Back to the Future. I don't need no damn new Back to the Future. I miss nostalgia like that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's true.
I don't need no new. I don't need
true.
no remake of this, no remake of that. I need y'all to remake some damn sense in these kids.
And some respect.
And some respect.
And some manners.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about nostalgia?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Because we doing ourselves, we truly, and I think some of that is rooted in this idea of like, oh, I'm not going to raise her like my mother raised me. That narrative really bothers me. And I'm going to tell y'all why. That's the part.
Right.
Because like while we can have, this is not for everybody. Let me preface by saying, I know that there are some people who have experienced very difficult
if your life is holiday hard,
right?
Let me tell you,
very difficult, and like you were put through the test of time. Okay,
we love you, Precious.
We love you. Are you done over there, bro?
I just want to let everybody feel included.
Everybody feel included. Okay.
Got it.
The point is that outside, if you don't fit in that category, and you turned out to be, even if you do, and you turned out to be an upstanding individual, and you are somebody that you are proud of, right? There are still pieces of your upbringing that contributed to that. So I think,
crack hit in the 80s. Y'all need.
Okay.
Sorry, the crack era ruined the whole generation of people. We are rebuilding from that.
It did.
HIV came right after that. Y'all need to understand, these people have trauma. There were no damn therapists looking at us. All they have is these.
The point I'm making in this moment, Uncle Belly, is that
Get passionate about my people.
negate. I understand that, but we can't. Some of us didn't go through that, right? And that's the point I'm saying is that we can't negate our upbringing and make it seem like everything our parents did was so mean, so bad, so wrong, so this. Right. Like, we actually can take some of that, though, right? And bring it into, because the way y'all be letting y'all kids talk to y'all.
Come on.
In the supermarket, I be wanting to pull you to the side and be like, are you in an abusive relationship? Right. Because you letting Timmy talk to you like he about to slap you. He actually just slapped you.
And mommy need pow pow.
And
because that right there was ridiculous.
You shouldn't have let him do that to you, sis. But like, there is just some of that like we have to, if we really want to create a society that feels wholesome again, that feels loving again, that feels like people look out for one another, it starts with our kids. And I can't be teaching my kids to look out for their fellow neighbors or their fellow peers.
If you're not.
And you teaching yours to throw them hands. And now we trying to figure out that balance. Because I ain't raising no punks either. So they going to throw hands back. Right. And now we in the middle of the street all throwing. Like, it don't have to be that way.
And it's one thing I learned too, right? And I used to make the joke about, you know why I bought a lava lamp when I became an adult? Because I never had one as a kid. And then I realized, I said, what if we didn't have enough outlets? Like, maybe that's why they didn't give me a lava lamp, right? But people create these woe is me.
Right.
I never got this.
Right.
I should have been afforded this. I'm like, y'all, the fridge wasn't big enough to keep that in the freezer. Like,
right. No,
or
that's
like
fair.
you be like, you get the lava lamp that you never had when you were a kid, and you be like,
this was it.
This is stupid.
Child, because that up and down or that, you just like, all right. That's all you gonna do.
Honestly, great example. I wanted a lava lamp. It's a lava lamp sitting over there. That lava lamp been sitting over there for about 7 years.
It ain't no lava in it no more.
It's sitting at the bottom.
It's just sitting there.
It ain't even doing nothing.
It ain't doing nothing, but I'm not using it.
No.
Well, that's how people kids are.
And that's probably why your mama said no, if we being honest with ourselves, because she understood the value of dollars. And she was like, you don't need that. Let me spend my money on this. And she spent her money on something you actually needed. But we still upset 15 years later over a lava lamp. Yeah. That's the part. And now because we didn't get a lava lamp, now we're like, oh, I'm going to let my kids just do whatever they want. I'm going to give them freedom to do because I wanted a lava lamp. But no, baby. No.
That's what I missed the nostalgia. Things were so simple.
Yeah.
We had judges on TV in the afternoon, mess on the TV while the kids was at school.
Soap operas while we was in school.
Come on. But now all the adult stuff is on all day. There is there's just consistently things. That's what the nostalgia I need. Let's get back to weekly lineups.
Let's get back to Saturday morning cartoons
and the TV Guide network.
Yes.
There's no filter anymore.
No.
With
what's aired
anything
on TV.
with what's aired on TV, with what's played on the radio. Like, cause fam, there was a BET After Dark, and if I would have gotten in trouble for watching BET After Dark.
Yeah, I was yawning trying to watch that.
Just trying to stay up.
Because you had to stay up.
Yeah.
But now,
after dark, if it's not on TV, it's on YouTube, and if it's not on YouTube, it's on TikTok, and if it's not on TikTok, it's on Instagram. It's somewhere. And you don't have to. I feel like growing up, and I don't know how much longer we want to stay on this, but I feel like growing up, you had something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because you knew when I turn a certain age or at a certain moment, I'll be able to watch that. I'll be able to go there. I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to. There was a. Okay, I could do that now. And I feel like now,
when I got to see a PG-13 movie, Like by myself, and we gonna drop you off and leave you there.
And being able to go. That's what I'm saying. Like being able to do those things. Now kids just like there's so much access to everything all the time.
You got an 8-year-old watching Weapons.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. We gotta get back. That's where I think to the point of nostalgia. That's the conversation we were having. I think it's just like we are trying so hard to get away from what was simple about life.
Yeah.
And we made it so complex, and we've made it so hard, and we've made it, there are all these layers and all these conversations and all these things that need to be considered, and you can't say this for fear of this, or you can't do this for fear of this, and you can't tell your kids because they ain't gonna call DIFUS on you. And it's just, and then it's like, but then if I don't discipline my child, and then they become an 18-year-old running amok, you call cops on them. Now they going to jail. Now they like that. So it's just like we have to really get back to, and I'm going to go back even to the top of this conversation. As a Black community, I think there is a lot that could be said, and a lot that we have said around the world around us, right? And being in predominantly white spaces. But we got to get back to the essence. Black culture is a real thing. And I think a lot of times there's even this discord between like Black Americans and actual African Americans and like Black Caribbeans and like who's really Black and and it's just like we're losing the essence of who we are when we start doing this like fussing with each other about my culture versus your culture. It's like, no, Black culture as a whole, because we are not a monolith, it is supposed to be layered. It is supposed to have different pieces. It's supposed to have different styles. Maybe you called it sweet potatoes and maybe we called it candy yams. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was still all rooted in this sort of coming together of community and family and love and gatherings that just like felt really good and made you, when you walked away from them, it reminded you of who you were.
Unless you was at the Source Award.
I never went to that.
Yeah, I never.
Unless you watched, you ever watched the Source Award?
I was never old enough. I was never old enough to go, and I was never allowed to watch.
Oh well, we had to. You know, I was one of those kids that could watch whatever because I knew how to work the remote, and my parents didn't. So I set the parental controls.
Yeah,
I set the parental.
Let me tell you.
Listen,
it was crazy.
We never had that. Our daddy worked for IT his whole life, so
he
always knew how to work.
No, my dad was in street pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. He used to build computers for a living, so was not a.
That was never a thing.
My dad contributed to communities in different ways. He was a street pharmacist.
I love that for him.
So I was at home.
I understood.
Shout out to the dads.
Shout out to dads. That's what them. Y'all need them too. And if you ain't got a daddy, Jesus is right there waiting for you.
Right, Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me.
And on that note, y'all, we gonna call it a pod. Let me tell you, this was great. This was fantastic. Oh, you need the phone?
I called it. The fact that you got that phone up there. That's what y'all need.
I was very worried that it was gonna fall off that wall.
That's what y'all need.
It's a popcorn bucket.
This is the nostalgia. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's dope.
I thought that was a real rotary phone.
Me too.
I hated dialing on those.
Oh, I was so excited.
No,
the first time I got to dial on a rotary phone.
Because if you messed up, you were screwed.
No, you
had to start over.
Because we ain't had no area code. That's how old I am.
Listen, you remember that? You could just pick it up.
We went from 7 to 10. I said, "Oh, y'all really trying to stretch my brain here."
Right.
But
now it's 11, depending on where you're dialing. Because sometimes you got to put the 1 in front.
See, that's
before you get to the area code.
That's what formed ICE. Adding that 1 in front. But all right now.
So we're gonna call it a pod. Lee, Bill, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
Of course, anytime,
I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
But this was fun. I look forward to this coming out. And until the next one,
yes,
we out.
Peace.
TTAU.